Three, two, one, and we're live. All right. What if? What if? What if you could dream it all into existence? What if you could dream it all into existence? Well, you see, you are dreaming it all into existence, utilizing the light of all that is, the light of potential, the light of possibility. You are dreaming it all. So, in a manner of speaking, if you could dream it all into existence, you would be doing exactly what you're doing right now. When you say to each other, I'm living the dream. How's it going? I'm living the dream. Living the dream. And what if there were a grander dream? What if there were a dream 2.0? Would that intrigue you? Would that interest you? What if you could see it all in reverse? What if you could pull from other lifetimes, other parallel timelines, other incarnations, other existences, other simultaneous parallel incarnations? Your depth and breadth of knowledge and experience would expand tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000,000-fold. And in that way, as you imagine this lifetime, this timeline, imagine not only pulling from the experience and the memories and the idea of memories from this timeline. What if you could do it from 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or a dozen or 100? One can quickly see, understand, grasp you would be able to, shall we say, maneuver the nanomoments in such a way that you would consciously remember and recall each day. You are literally playing with the atoms, the atom of existence, and shifting it around with your consciousness, utilizing it, expanding it, including it, transmuting it, experiencing it, and creating and co-creating with the universe. The universe is very willing to play with you. The universe has no mind of its own in the way that you think of having a mind. It has consciousness, it has awareness. But in and of itself, it has no predetermined destination, really, for anyone or anything, because there really is no where to go. There is no when to be. It's all here and now. From an ever-shifting perspective, you are an infinite aspect of God's source creator, experiencing itself from an ever-shifting perspective. You are a point of light, shall we say, among infinite points of light. And you are simultaneously observing all those points of light and potential. And all those points of light, and potential, and souls, and possibilities include you in the infinite light. So in a manner of speaking, yes, you can and do sort of assist, influence, teach, guide others. From another perspective, you know that ultimately Everyone's finding their own way, figuring things out, carving their own path. And your paths do join and meet and meld many times. For a variety of reasons. Please know, please remember, when we do land on your planet, when the Yael, the Shalanaya, Yael, when we do come, when we do present ourselves in a very visceral, tactile, real way, it's because we've been invited. It's because this is how it was meant to be. For those who choose to include this kind of experience, you certainly will not have to accept that it's real. You will certainly not have to accept that we come in peace. You will not have to accept that we don't have passports or paperwork or documentation. And you want to talk about issues with immigration. It will shed the light on the idea that many of your laws and rules and ways are a bit outdated, not really applicable in the same way they once were, or necessary. Because we will have no paperwork. We will have no IDs or social security numbers. Which is why, in a manner of speaking, your government still needs to be cleaned up a bit before we arrive. And this is underway. And when this is, shall we say, complete or complete enough, it will be time. It will be opportunity. It will be possibility. It will be safer. It will be more doable, more impactful. There will be a time in the not too distant future, while there still will be countries and borders for some time, in the not too distant future, the version of Earth, the timeline the majority of you are on, you will see the dissolving of many borders. You will see the shifting of many systems and approaches. You will see land masses changing. You will see the end of violence, the end of war. Many countries will keep small militaries for some time as a precaution. But generally speaking, you will notice most of these things really beginning in 2020, some later this year, definitely in 2020, the changes will be outstanding. By 2021, 2022, 2023, you will see country borders shifting, possibly the elimination of fictitious lines of this is my land, your land, our country, your country. There will be many areas which will begin operating as one, more cohesively. And this will spread throughout your planet very quickly. By 2028, 2030-ish, there will be few borders left, if any. the US will be sort of a last holdout. And by then, by 2028 to 2030, you will no longer be using a monetary system in the way that you do today. That's a certainty. Money will be basically gone by then, for sure, and you may still use some idea of a credit system, but there will be no debt. And you will be moving around in anti-gravity devices will be quite norm. Maybe not everyone will have one. It will be kind of like a fancy car still, perhaps. Oh, you know, the Smiths, they got one of those new anti-gravity cars, that kind of thing. But it will be common enough that um, they will no longer be surprised to see them flying in the sky. You will see these possibly as early as 2023 to 2025. And by 2028 to 2030, it will be fairly commonplace to move around without using some of the forms of transportation you used to use. The idea of diesel and gasoline and fuels may still exist in very limited. It would be like a rotary phone. Like I could still find a rotary phone, but I'd have to look around. There may still be some people operating with gasoline, though likely not. One moment. Your air will be clean, your soil will be clean, the GMOs will be gone. One moment. Vaccinations will be a thing of the past, will be seen as a barbaric thing that used to be done when we did not know better. You will be using treatment modalities and approaches which are much more in tune with natural healing. Many people in the near future, as your systems of government, banking, and laws and other industries and areas shift, there will be many people who will be either going back to school, being re-educated. There will be many people. There will be many people who there will still be some aspects of these things for some time. But many people will find themselves sort of displaced and out of a job. And they will be all right. They will be able to, some of these systems will actually shift to serve everyone in positive things, i.e., the world of medicine. Everyone will be all right. They will just simply shift to new approaches. It will be amazing. The world of law, legal, law enforcement, military, there will be many of these people who will no longer be needed. Your system of judicial process will be greatly trimmed, i.e., if now on any given day 10,000 people are arrested for whatever, eventually it'll be down to maybe a few dozen or 100 a day, perhaps. We're trying to put some human numbers and aspects on this. So those who work in the area of government and fictitious laws will find themselves doing different things very soon. But this will also coincide with the shift in your monetary system. And when this shift happens in the very near future, there will be many industries which sort of melt away. There will be many businesses which will melt away. those businesses which generally are not terribly helpful or positive for many people will just cease to exist. They will go out of business. They will close. There may be chains. Some of your chain stores or restaurants may simply shift to, let's say, serving fast food to serving salads and fruit and genuinely, truly healthy, helpful food. Some will do this. Some stores will shift dramatically from selling products which are lower vibrational to higher vibrational, although the idea of commerce will also fade out in the near future. One moment. So the idea is we simply felt compelled to share these thoughts with you. We appreciate you listening and watching. Let us know if you have any questions or feedback. Shivai, 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 Shivai. One more.